Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and another one in a series in which I'm taking a closer look at the full discography of David Bowie. And in this discography series I'm also including live albums to get the full image of Bowie and the way he changed and his development. And this actually is the first live album to include in the series. I'm talking about David Bowie Live Santa Monica 72. Now, I was late to the party with regard to this album. I bought it about 2 or 3 years ago when I was record hunting in Frankfurt, and I always thought, you know what, I have the motion picture show, which is from 73, which is also the Ziggy Stardust tour. Thought I shouldn't even bother. Now, that turned out to be a mistake. First of all, let's talk about the track list, because this is a different face of the Ziggy Stardust tour. What this album has, and what the motion picture soundtrack, the Hammersmith Odeon 73 show, doesn't have, is the following songs. The Superman, which they nail. Seriously, they nail it. It's great. Live on Mars. Beautiful live rendition. And at this moment in time, it's also pretty interesting because it's a young Bowie doing Live on Mars, one of his most challenging songs. 5 years. It has 5 years. Andy Warhol. And Andy Warhol here is better than on the Hunky Dory's album. It's so alive, so vibrant. And this is the kind of song that it is just so interesting to hear them perform live. It really is a different David Bowie here. It's much younger. It's a much fresher glam rock Bowie. Queen Bitch. They're nailing it. John, I'm Only Dancing. I love that song. It's not on the It's not on the Ziggy Stardust, the motion picture soundtrack, and the way he's. I always love that song because there is a certain edginess, a danger to the song, and the way Bowie sings it on the single, there's a certain danger and edginess to it, and that edginess is on this performance as well. Also, Waiting for the Man, the Velvet Underground cover. I don't think it's as necessary as Bowie thought. He's changing around Velvet Underground covers. Here he plays Waiting for the Man. On the motion picture soundtrack, he plays White Light, White Heat. And if you've ever heard the Velvet Underground perform that song, Bowie is not Velvet Underground. It's much more raw, and yet he doesn't do it. It's not a bad job. Now, the set list is interesting, but also the moment in time is very interesting, because the motion picture soundtrack is a goodbye moment. They are tired of touring. They are good. I mean, they're very, very good. They play as a team brilliantly. But here, a year before, they are much more trying to not to confront the audience, but to get confirmation, to show them that they are great. And especially this moment in time, because this is from the American leg of the tour. They were trying to conquer the US, and they did not do what they wanted to do. Bowie was left with financial issues after the tour. But the show has a young band trying to break through, and that's a sound you don't often hear from David Bowie, because after Ziggy, he had accomplished things, and then he started changing and sometimes fooling around, of course, in a brilliant way. But here you have this young artist who tries to break through, and that's such a rare moment in time for David Bowie, and that energy is incredible. Bowie is really giving everything, also vocally, and he does some strange things. For example, on Space Oddity, there's this moment of transgression. The this is ground control. Before that transgression, Bowie just vocally does it, which is very playful, and this is a different kind of Bowie. It's a different kind of Bowie than we hear years later. The band is awesome. I mean, Mick Ronson is roaring. There's a raw energy to the guitar. The sound and the quality and the texture of it is just brilliant. This show was often considered... it was not released back in the days. It was released only in 2008 after it had the status of a legendary bootleg. It is a radio recording, and the mix of this radio show is really way above average for radio shows. There is so much more dynamics to it. The entire sound image is not as equalized as you often have of these shows. It can be a little bit messy from time to time. You can hear the backing vocals sometimes on the same or even higher level than Bowie, but never at a moment that it is disturbing. It really captures the raw energy of a live band in a beautiful, beautiful quality. Bowie in 2008, when this release was when this was released, said the following: "I can tell that I'm totally into being Ziggy by this stage of our touring. It's no longer an act. I am him. This would be around the 10th American show for us, and you can hear that we are all pretty high on ourselves. We train wreck a couple of things, I miss some words, and sometimes you wouldn't know that pianist Mike Garson was on stage with us, but overall I really treasure this bootleg. Mick Ronson is at his blistering best." David Bowie, April 2008. This show is really remarkable and captures Bowie at a time, at an age, at an energy, and at a moment in his career which will never, never come back. I love this show. So what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.